Alright, so Master Mason note. Figure we'll do one up here. Go along with the notes before I start posting up cash in for the night. Watching Space Time. I like to do those. Those are good physics problems as they float up. Daily dose of science, daily equation, relative mass, relative velocity. Those are good ones to hit if you've never YouTubed them. You like a good rabbit hunt, you like a good bow hunting thing. You just got to have the mindset. Dial it in. Dissolving a black hole. They're talking about putting photons in and stuff like that. And really the only topic they didn't cover in terms of it is a black hole energy generator. And they cover that in an older topic. One of the videos from way back. They should have dropped a note about that in the corner probably. You keep generating, it burns off the heat and the energy that any kind of collection system would do. Because I've dissolved away the event horizon. I know how many photons I can put in here. I know what the trend line is to energy. See, a naked black hole, and why it's hard to quantify is because it has Hawking radiation comparatively to Jordan and the stone mill. Those blocks become the gravitational weights in terms of the mass of the black hole, and ones quantifiably that turn into dollar bills times energy and mass at a general level. On this hillside, rolling at this thing, they do the distance on a scaled parallaxed. Anything you want it to do, you could do calculus hedged under the curve by the sickle or the blade on the scale. It's a journey. Ask Osiris, right? Down there, Osiris? Or, anyway. Hierarchies, tables of perfect geometries of the waterfall. Caesar and the Egyptians doing water. At any rate, what is a naked event horizon? I mean, you tell me the mass and joules in that, the timelines, the sequence of that. Back to mine in the mill, that becomes a very general, I don't know necessarily the field, or I'm playing very specifically with the field. I'm playing with the magnetics or the vacuum pressure. I'm saying it's fire, it's giving off a light or a particle, a heat index. Those are all types of particles, W boson, electron boson, certain structures of whose cube you're breaking down in the standard model. What the naked V at the top. I said, in the comments to it, I said Ford versus V top the square root of mg. Mass, gravity, could be m. V time, you could have said Ford versus time in the Supreme Court. It's how do you put these parts together in an NP problem? Because once I have all the parts, that's the black hole. How is this based to physics? Is that black hole? And that would be the photons based on the irrational number on the paper copy. Stone mill. That's the mass gap to say, this guy's worth this. I come in, I'm standard bar. That bar is Schwarzschild's radius for the black hole that gives me a really close mass. And I shoot a bomb in there. I get a close explosion. If I nuke Mars, shoot enough tungsten rods at it. Earth loves you, Mars. This is just Cupid. Sending you some love, making you better. For her. That's me. I don't know where I got this stuff from. Just popped in there once. Scientifically, mathematically, I hadn't been limited by math teachers or philosophical applications to really define me. Any one group that says this is physics, be it Cain and Abel, Muhammad the Prophet, Buddha, what's equal to me is sometimes it come up as a later age, is the value of that specific zero clear black hole that you're falling through that some of these scientists are agreeing with. It's like all of this is that nature of that thing, but they didn't come out and say, right now, me describing this non-local thing that we're doing that describes zeros and ones to say this length and this length of a graph on some points might be relative as general bodies in motion, how they affect things in their position as they're doing things. That'd be a quantum operation. Newtons do it, Feynman's do it, Schrodinger. Like I often talk about on the simulator, I got Schrodinger, Newton. Einstein and Tesla coming in with crowbars ready to beat you in blood in, blood out. You know, who's going to come in and challenge you on Newton in the crowd and general relativity? You know, some of the things about the church and even America, it's like, look, dude, it's not necessarily it's how you did it. Not FMA gravity, my friend. Votes and calculus. It's your bullshit. And 23, what, 83 is in the 42, right? The answer is 83, not 42. I'll put the vote to the American people on this one. I don't care what alien civilization. The mass of it. Now think about it. Putting a photon in, letting it burn out, given the size of that block and the timeline of Jordan. Cut and saw programs, a training tutorial. They become the math thesis and the angle of that. Why is this one in here? Because M1 and M2 are the same thing. Thermal rock is putting this in here. If this is put in here sideways, that more grading and the slant read that you put into the table, more marky, less rocky on the 8-footy. That could have been there in calculus comparatively the times you do that often. It's like I thought. And if I use that rule here, that won't be a 4-footer anymore, right? Calculus again. Get your polka box out and catch you that Newton floating around. You're definitely not talking like that, but that's definitely how. Like somebody's gonna be like, that's Newton. So he's in there somewhere. In that universe, that box. Right meow. If that was their joke. So I'm playing around with this thing. Kevin, Bob, how you guys doing today? Welcome to Earth. I don't know. Again, I wanted to bring a Marshmallow into work today. Zool to bring Bowser. No. For me, the first time I met him, it was a snowy day. I should have just stayed home. Marshmallow. All the things kill you bring you. It's a normal snowy day. Fine. The physics and gravity of the Marshmallow experiment. Stanford. Stay Puff Marshmallow Man. Zool. Like Ghostbusters, he's trying to do Pavlovian negative dog reinforcement training, zapping the guy while letting the girl answer the question correctly. Oh yeah, totally. That's what, bird on a ladder with a frog. Like you pull that stuff out, you just load up. It's the energy, working joules of the black hole, constantly, all of them. And there's the big universe as a whole. General relativity is out there. Psychology is the whole. They all follow the rules of the box and polarizing wave functions, Lorentz, lambda, Euler, bunny hunting. I gotta find what the irrational rabbit is. It's energy. Rabbits are energy. I'm energy. You're energy. This is the surface of the sun. Get you real hot. That's how you get you working. Cool this thing down. Air cool. Just one ohm. Just one ohm for the fan to get that thing moving. That's all I needed. Just one job. Dragon back there. It's not a black. It's a dragon. Fluffy little bunny. Out there on a hunt. Like all I got to do is shoot it, huh? This is not a black hole calculation, right? You may not understand the particle slit experiment in the 50 cal. This rabbit hunt will teach you what lambda Euler success rating on the population of the area is necessary for. That's if you were a assault drill sergeant, knew the map by the physical irrational number on a code of a frame on the level of a system, given the mass composition of Schrodinger's versus Schwarzschild's variation on the black hole, you would go by what best calcs it for you at that time and what beaker and graduated cylinder I had to base the acid test on this thing. This is what I had inventory. It turned into sodium. Like, I don't know what that meant. The sky's purple right now. And I still can't get these guys to get. You know, they're still getting lower than 83 on the ASVAB. There's still a standard in which the bar. That's comes law. It's like if you're a gatekeeper on that, your calculus. I don't even have to look it up. I know the answer of this train A to train B is 7. It's 100% of the time 7. I don't even have to look it up. How are you so sure about that? I know because I wrote the equation. I wrote the test. In this classroom, the government was like, I can't even keep up with you. I can't do anything else with you. You stay in your box. Don't eat anything. Don't eat everybody. Of course, that's the stone mill. They did pile up rock and go bury this dude. And I bury that's all right back. Shit and diamonds. Catch you on the next one.